Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Ryan with Great Lakes Storm Chasing Network. We have a couple of things to update you guys. It's been a day or so since we've been doing this, or since we hopped on here last, should I say. First and foremost, there is a severe risk for today for portions of Michigan, southern Wisconsin, and also northern Illinois there, as well as extreme portions of northwest Indiana. Overall threat today, damaging winds from downbursts of thunderstorms. Large hail also possible, but overall threat is quite low today. Not everybody's going to see a storm, and those who do, those storms will be marginally severe, if that. So, overall threat today is quite low, but the threat is definitely there, and we wanted to mention that first and foremost. This video is going to focus more so on the later half of this week toward Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday timeframe. So, first and foremost, jumping in right now into Friday, we do have a severe risk that has been shifted more so to our west, but there is going to be likely an expansion to the east of at least a marginal risk into parts of Illinois, Wisconsin, perhaps Indiana as well. This is going to be for Friday. Overall threat for Friday does look to be further shifted to the west right now. That could shift east, but as of right now, it is west of the area. Same tune here on Saturday, but I do think Saturday's threat does shift much further east with the latest models. I'm thinking this is going to shift into Illinois, Indiana, probably western Ohio, most of Michigan, Wisconsin. I don't agree with this, but again, this is the SPC guidance right now. This was issued last night about 2 in the morning, so this is quite outdated, but we'll get an update tonight at roughly again the 2 to 3 a.m. time frame. But that threat will shift, in my opinion, further to the east. I'll show you guys models here in a second. With this risk for Saturday does look to be the most threatening right now to our region. Looking at Sunday as well, we do have the risk on Sunday that is also for most of Illinois, Wisconsin, perhaps Indiana, and perhaps Michigan as well. Now, remember, this is just a slight risk here. On the day 4 to 8 time frames, they do not highlight marginal risks. So there's likely going to be a lower risk surrounding this. So if you do that and you kind of draw it in your head there, just think of a lower risk surrounding that. So Indiana, parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, maybe Ohio as well. That's for Sunday, and that is where the outlooks stop. So we have 3 days of consecutive severe threats, likely going to be the case here. Saturday is the one that intrigues me the most. We'll go ahead and jump into some models here really quickly. First and foremost, tonight across Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana. Just these scattered storms here. No real big concerns with them, just some damaging winds possible. Overall threat for today is quite low. Jumping into next week here, we're going to see a good overlap here of our instability and wind shear. We're going to look at this really closely here. Here is Friday's threat here. This is going to be Friday evening. We see this coloration here indicating the wind shear overlapping with instability to create an environment capable of severe weather. That's just starting to bump in here to Illinois. So that's where that risk is already from the SPC. So pretty good placement there. Saturday is the day to watch. I'll show you guys why. Here is the overall Saturday overlap of instability and wind shear. We see a good increase here in Illinois, Indiana, southern Michigan, as well as in Wisconsin here. And looking at the forecast, or looking at the X-ray of the atmosphere, we call them forecast soundings. This would definitely scream the highest potential out of all the days for our region. And I do think every single state has a chance to be in a severe risk come Saturday. Right now, it is looking like an all hazards type of event, that being tornadoes, wind, and hail. Exactly where, who, how strong, that kind of stuff, timing, all that's going to come into focus later on into the week. But Saturday right now is trending to be the most active day here in the region. Again, moving back into Sunday, we're going to see a return of the colors here back out to our west, but also southern Michigan, perhaps northern Indiana, northern Ohio getting on the risk here as well. This is Sunday, and then Monday, that risk does seem to be a little bit weaker than originally forecasted. Just some broader colors showing up here, so not an overall supportive environment on Monday, but we still need to watch the Monday timeframe closely as that cold front is still off into our western parts of the regions. With that cold front sitting off to our west, that could still spark some additional showers and storms into Monday. And then after that, we should be out of the woods into Tuesday. But then again, we turn attention back into the early parts of May. We're talking mid next week. The active pattern does continue through the region here. So we're going to be looking at these threats closely. And then overall, this threat does look to be mainly centered around Saturday, but Sunday as well does have a threat, as well as potentially Friday and Monday. Need to be watching that as well. We'll have updates on these threats as we get closer to them. Right now, we're sitting at Tuesday. We still have a couple days to get through before we get into the day 3, day 2 time frames, which is when all the details really start coming in. So we got a couple days for this to shift around, get finer details to come out. Overall, just a consensus from this, you guys should be watching more so Saturday in particular, but also if you live in Illinois, threats on Friday, perhaps spreading to Indiana, Wisconsin, again on Friday and Sunday, perhaps again on Monday. I have to watch Monday a bit closer, but overall, that's what I got to share with you guys. Overall active pattern continues. We do have a risk still tonight, which is on your screen here. Low end risk here for Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Northwest Indiana. Not a very high threat today. More so attention is shifting to this upcoming weekend. What's up, Annika from Akron? Hello, Christy. Hello, Chris. What's up, Devin? Thanks. Yeah, no problem, Max. Yeah, we're not going to get too specific here. There's nothing to be afraid of right now, Devin. At this point in time, we're just kind of monitoring the threat. The potential is there, and that's all we're going to say at this point. We'll have exact details, timing, and stuff like that. In particular, tornadoes, we'll have a good idea if there's going to be tornadoes or how many we're going to expect here next couple of days. Right now, though, we're not going to get too specific. What's up, Judy? But yeah, feel free to hit the like button for me. Helps the stream out significantly. But with that being said, it's all I got to share with you guys. Driving from Freeport to Milwaukee Saturday, so paying attention, or so I'm praying to stay south. Okay. Yep, definitely be in the risk zone there. Looking back at the model here, it does indicate a good portion of the region does get into a environment that would support severe weather here. And again, this is just one model. We are seeing multiple models indicating that this could be the case, both on the global forecast and also the European models as well. Overall consensus of all the models put together. Here is the environment here. Just a little different look at it. We overlap wind shear and instability. There is a overlap of all 20 of the model members together. So as you can see, that threat does shift pretty far into Wisconsin, Michigan, Western Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois there. So this is Saturday, but also on Sunday. Again, I have to watch Sunday as this shifts more so further to the east, not as far north, but still southern parts of Wisconsin, Michigan, most all of Ohio, then all of Indiana and Illinois getting in on that threat on Sunday as well. Then into Monday, again, I'm going to watch that closely. Not very strong of a signal there, but still something to watch there. No problem. No problem. Steve. Anything possible for Northeast Ohio? Northeast Ohio right now looks to be kind of like in the middle zones of all these days. So I think what's going to end up happening for you guys as of right now, looking at the models, would be definitely a kind of like a sandwich between some of these risks. If there's going to be a day to watch, it's going to be, I'm going to say, Saturday night and perhaps Sunday for you up there. But again, that could change based on new data and stuff like that. But right now, watch that Saturday night time frame for you. We'll have updates here, probably more so tomorrow, I'm going to assume. Should have updates tomorrow. Overall, though, this pattern does look to be quite active. The overall takeaway is still just kind of monitoring. We do have risks already becoming in place here for the region, starting with today. And then we also have the next one coming up on Friday, which is just for Illinois at this point, but will likely get extended a little bit further east here. How far east? Not sure yet. And Saturday is a big day to watch. The risk does not include any of the region yet, but judging by models and stuff like that, I fully expect them to introduce a risk by tomorrow morning, which if that happens, we'll post on the page. What about Northeast Indiana? Again, Northeast Indiana, you're going to be in that zone of multiple days possible severe weather. So pay attention to future forecasts. We can't get too specific yet, exact days, timing, areas, hazards, stuff like that. All I can tell you is that the environment does look to be supportive on multiple days right now. Saturday being the most concerning, in my opinion. All right. I'm going to hop off here. You guys have yourself a safe day. We may be live later on this afternoon for Michigan coverage of severe weather, both here on Great Lakes Storm Chasing Network and also with our subpage, Michigan Storm Chasers. So if you guys want to tune in to watch some live chasing radar coverage, if you guys live in Michigan, we do plan to go live a little bit later on today as storms fire up across Michigan. If storms fire up across Michigan at this point, just kind of monitoring things. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off here. Do me a favor and smash the like button on your way out. I'd appreciate you guys. Have a safe night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another update.